Hello, welcome to Empowered Hearts episode 5. I'm just gonna get Crystal. So this is gonna be exciting. We have a giveaway. Whoops. Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm okay. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
You look great. I
Thanks.
love this.
Well, I got my lashes done. Like my
Yeah.
I got my lashes tinted and my eyebrows tinted. After I took the dye off, I'm like, I'm okay.
We're
I
good.
looked like kind of witchy yesterday. I was like, I have black eyebrows, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So
I can't believe this is episode 5.
I know this is so exciting, and we have our giveaway.
Yeah.
We're actually going to start with the giveaway, so we can. I see people have joined. I recognize some names here, so. Hopefully it's you that wins. I'm so excited for you guys. So yeah, Crystal's got the hat.
So
Okay,
this is for one free empowerment session with Morgan and one free written in the stars like channeled reading with me.
yay!
So, let's see. Who is it? They call me Mads.
Okay, they call me Mads. Yay! Congratulations! So if you are on here and you have won, please reach out. Other than that, Crystal and I will tag you in this post, and we can't wait to talk with you.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Congratulations. So exciting.
So we have an exciting night, I think. I always think so. So these are some really important topics that probably don't get enough credit in life. So the topics tonight are rest and hermit mode. What is that? And how downtime is essential to be productive. Burnout, what is it? How do you move through it?
What are the signs?
What are the signs? Yeah. What are the signs of burnout? What do you do when it happens? How to prevent and how to prevent it from happening. And then we've got how disease manifests in the body through energy, and how it's an inside issue first. So I really want to talk about that because it is happening to, I wouldn't say disease exactly, but dis-ease in the body is happening to people around me, and it's happened to me for years and years and years and years, and I've been able to move out of that state, and I would love to help other people do the same. And then we're going to close it off with how to raise your vibration, which helps with all of these issues. If you're not able to move through dis-ease, or you're burnt out, or you don't know how to rest, raising your vibration will help you be able to handle these things better. So
Wonderful.
Yeah. So rest and hermit mode. What is hermit mode? Let me ask you.
Hermit mode to me, in my experience, is when I basically kind of shut the world out and go into isolation of self-care and rest. To me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I actually need it to thrive. And like, I think I've gotten better at learning like a balance of not like taking such a long space of like isolation, but more like little gaps. And I find that that has really helped me to have a more balanced life so I don't experience like the overwhelm and the stress and the burnout to want to have to do that.
Yeah.
What about you?
And well, why do you find hermit mode to be, I mean, I think everyone's familiar with the word rest,
Yeah.
but why do you, like, let's talk about hermit mode. Like, why do you find hermit mode is essential to be productive?
For me, personally, I think the biggest thing is I am extremely clairsentient. So I really, really pick up on other people's energies, and it can be um, challenging to navigate and also draining for me. So
And so for people who don't know what clairsentient means, can you just share that?
yeah, so it's your ability to feel energy,
Yeah.
essentially, yeah. And you feel it in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So I will pick up other people's symptoms and feel
Yeah.
them in my body when I'm in like, I was gonna say close proximity, but it does happen like through the phone and stuff as well.
Yeah.
I'm getting off track, but yeah, so hermit mode for me would be a regeneration of my own energy.
Mm. Yep, I feel
Does that
that.
feel
Yeah.
yeah. So what about you? Tell me like what how it benefits you.
Well, first of all, like, I'm an introvert, even though I have like this big personality. When I've had enough peopling, which can happen extremely quickly, even if it's a positive situation, um, I'm like, I don't burn out, but it feels that way. And I just like I will go into, my body will force me into a hermit mode, which will be like complete shut off from the world. And I find that to be, personally for me, not the healthiest thing, only because I used to do it way too often, and it actually was part of my addictive cycles where I would just go into hermit mode and I actually would use sleep as a numbing tool. So I would completely numb out. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed, and then it spiraled into depression and so on and so forth. So I mean, sometimes I still have to go into a hermit mode of just like totally disconnecting. Like I pretty much did that this weekend.
Yeah.
Although I was present with people, I find that for like forced or how do I say that better? Planned rest is the best way for me to thrive. And when I'm on like a high of going and masculine outpouring energy, I don't want to rest because I'm a projector in human design. So that means my energy flow is not constant. It
Mm-hmm.
goes up and then it goes down. And so when it goes down, it's not something I can just like turn back on. Like it has to kind of unravel, and then I'll be sluggish for a little bit and non-creative, and then I'll come out of it on its own. So if I plan rest, I find that I don't get into these sluggish hermit times where
Yeah.
I'm like, I cannot function. I need to go die, for days in bed and disconnect, which I think for everybody it can be different, right? Like for you, you said that that's helpful. So planned rest and is my way of making sure that I'm good. And so I will literally like plan a day of the week to be like, I'm planning to go to bed. Like, even if I don't want to, even if I can't relax, I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. You're going to just be in bed. Even if I have all this fiery energy, I'm like, go, 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 doesn't matter. And the reason why I find that to help me with productivity is because it doesn't lead me to a burnout. So by planning my rest, then I don't stretch myself too thin, and I can keep going on a more balanced energy rather than, I'll get like these highs and I'm like, ah, and I'm ADHD and I'm all the things. Like if you ever catch me on an ADHD spin, you will know. Like I can really, you will know. Like I can rev and rev and rev, rev, and then I crash. So it helps balance me out a bit. So it keeps my energy
Just
balanced.
on this note, this is interesting because I had this conversation with my daughter like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
She has been working out and like hard. And we know how we can get in a space of wanting to do it every day because it feels so good. And,
Yep.
you know, like you feel successful and you feel like you accomplished something. And come Sunday, she worked out every day. And come Sunday, I said to her, like, are you going to take a rest day? She's like, no, like, I don't think so. Like, I don't know. And she's exhausted. She didn't get enough sleep the night before. And she tried to work out and her body would not allow her to do it. And it's the same with us, like with our mind and like with our energies and stuff. Like if we don't intentionally plan downtime, we will get burnout, which leads to sickness, or where you feel like you need to take a big hermit mode, like shut off just so you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely understand the working out element. It's funny, I went to the park today with my dog and I literally had that thought. I was like, oh, tomorrow's my rest day from the gym. I'm like, I don't want to take a rest day. But because I'm like in this hyper energy, I'm like, yeah, I'm going. But if I don't take that break tomorrow, come Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be white. Like I'm not going to have the energy to sustain longevity of what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I have to like force myself to break, even though we get on these, I think it's for me, it's a high. I get on this high of like, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and everything's so great and it's got to like masculine energy, go. And I don't want to stop because like I said, finding that energy to get there is harder for somebody who is a projector. But the key for me is balance, and Lord help me, has that taken a lot of time to learn.
But you're there.
It's great. It like, and for anybody who is listening who has, you know, highs and lows, forcing yourself to be balanced even when you don't want to be will provide longevity in your energy and will prevent burnout.
Balance is so important, and I honestly think it's going to look different every day.
Yep. Yeah, that's very true.
It's and I think like just we've talked about it before, but just paying attention to how you're feeling and listening to your needs, and you know, just making sure that even like your basic needs are being met.
Yep.
Important.
That's really important. And it's true, like not every day we're going to be on the same tip of energy, and we have to, you know, we may have goals and we may have, well, we do have goals and we have like, you know, our list of stuff to do and to accomplish. But I think it's really important to check in with yourself. Like, is this an this is going to make up a word, an accomplishable list? Like, is this something that I can accomplish today? Is, you know, with the energy I have, and not use it as a form of getting out of what you have to do, but being really honest with yourself. And if you can't, that's okay, right? Like that's when your body is talking to you saying, oh, hello, you do need to like take a beat, because, you know, we'll go into the next topic of burnout, but like that is a sign of burnout, of getting to burnout.
Yeah, and when we don't listen and honor those things, that's exactly how it happens. Yeah.
So on that topic, I think, you know, you've shared a little bit more about burnout than me, seeing as somebody who's probably burnt themselves out more than once. And I'm not sure that I would be like the best to give advice on this, but I would love to hear your reflection.
I have also burnt out many times. And you know what? Like there was a time in my life when I felt like it was like almost constant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just like exhaustion and headaches and irritability and all the things. So I started to learn to recognize the signs.
Okay.
And so the signs for me that I notice going into burnout is, one, you start to become more fatigued. So you're more tired.
Okay.
Two, sometimes you're having a hard time sleeping. Mostly because your body is in a more stressful state. So when our body feels stressed, that means our mind is stressed. And and so it leads to like having issues sleeping. So that's the second part. Third one, third and fourth is usually mood, when you start to feel like very overwhelmed, frustrated, irritated, like just not like your normal balance like state.
Yeah.
It kind of builds up,
Okay.
right? And then in my body, I will feel my solar plexus and my throat. Those are the two places that I notice the most
Okay.
when I'm getting close to burnout, if I'm not already there.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, hearing you say that, then, I mean, I can definitely relate. It will, yeah, I'll just, I guess, if that's what it feels like, I can definitely say that I do get extremely irritated, and like
Yeah.
my patience for little things just like don't, it's almost like you're PMSing kind
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
you're just sort of like, I cannot deal with you, I cannot deal with this.
And then you kind of just want to shut down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So my nervous system will go into freeze, and like that's for fight or flight and freeze are my ways of dealing, or my nervous system's ways of dealing. So I do now actively do a vagus nerve reset every night,
That's
because it just like to ensure that I'm sleeping, to ensure that that I'm able to handle stress.
okay. This is a really great question.
Okay.
Um, I missed. Ariel, you're the best. Thank you. Yeah, the Pieces Free Masterclass has a lot of, excuse me, really good topics. But can you guys describe what an optimal life is to avoid burnout, and what if we have to work? So this is really great. A really great question.
Well,
Um,
I just want to first say that I do
yeah.
work a day job where I'm there 10, 11 hours a day. So I want to share that so that you guys don't feel alone in this struggle, and y'all take the lead. So like, but yeah,
Well,
work is a thing.
how do you avoid burnout?
Um, Scheduling rest,
Yes.
and being present to the stress, and not letting the stress own me, and not letting fear run my life. And that is an active practice I have to do daily. I have to do, moment to moment. But if I'm feeling like the walls are caving in, and I'm like, oh, this is stressful, I'm like, wait a second. And I know this might be a ridiculous thing to say to some people, but I'm like, wait a second, we are on a spinning planet that nothing actually matters. We are here as a soul, and that helps disconnect me from the situation, to like let my ego take a back seat, because I find our ego is what like gets us in more of a stressful state.
Yeah.
So, and then just be like, I'm doing my best, and then tell yourself something that you're proud of yourself for in the moment of the stress, like, what, I'm handling this stress the best I can, and I'm really proud that I accomplished this task today. And give yourself some positive feedback to remind yourself that, like, hey, like, I got me, and we're not these batteries that never burn out, right?
Yeah.
Like we
I think that is amazing. I think that that's a really great reminder. If you can remind yourself even of one thing that you did today that, feels good, it takes your mind off the other stuff that is overwhelming and stressing you out. I work at home full time, and I have a very busy life. So the way that I avoid burnout and balance is we are not these batteries that don't burn out. Yeah, I know, that is amazing. I definitely take space in the morning first to set my day up the way that I would like it to be. So any kind of self-care routine. Mine personally is meditation and setting an intention. Those two things for me are super powerful. I think listening to your needs throughout the day is really important. Like if you're thirsty, have a drink. If you're hungry, eat something. If you have to go pee, don't hold it.
Yeah.
If you can go outside midday and just take a 5-minute breath of fresh air, those little tiny moments are so important because you're listening to yourself instead of shutting it out and doing everything else.
And while you're right on that, like connecting with your being in the moments, like if you, like you said, going outside and taking a moment, like connect with your inner being and being like, what, like I'm here, like you're not just getting shafted to the side, like connect with yourself, even if it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Be present. When you're eating a snack, be present in it. Don't be working and eating at the same time. Like just take a moment. And then in the evening, if you can carve out a little time for yourself too, it's just allowing you to feel valued and important and that your needs matter. And that is so important. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, like this morning I was up at 5 and I did a meditation, which is not normal for me to do in the morning, but it just felt right. And like it has created such a powerful, beautiful, open day for my energy. And I know that that's maybe unrealistic to get up at that hour for everybody. And I understand that.
Yeah.
But, if you can, when you're taking a shower at night, like, can you disconnect from the day?
Yeah.
Can you disconnect from what you have to do and what I didn't do right and how I'm not pretty enough and how I'm not this enough or whatever the heck is going on? Can you just be like, I am here in the shower.
Right now.
I am here. Thank you for the shower. I do it all the time. I'm like, thank you for this water. And you can use gratitude as well to help remind you to be, in the moment of what you can be grateful for, and that'll make you feel better.
Gratitude is amazing.
It really is. Yeah. It is like a free drug of happiness. Really. It is.
You should make that a quote, Morgan.
I should make shirts. Gratitude is a free drug. What did I say? Gratitude is a free drug.
Happiness.
A what?
A free drug of happiness.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to make t-shirts. I'm going to sell them.
I love it.
It's true. So yeah, so those would be the signs of burnout. And I think balance is definitely my number one way to navigate being in burnout, way to navigate preventing burnout, way to navigate getting out of burnout. Because when you're in that like muck and there can be, I think, different levels of burnout.
Yeah.
I think.
Definitely.
Right?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I've also started IV therapy, which has been revolutionary. I know you do that.
Yeah.
Revolutionary to my health. I had to fight tooth and nail to have my naturopath tell me about or give me a B12 shot and get this on this IV drip. But it has literally changed my life.
Well, you knew that was the answer for you.
I knew.
You knew it was.
I knew. I was like, I need a B12 shot.
Yep. Yep. And it took you a while, but now you're there.
Yep.
But self-care of any kind is so important.
I remember when my mentor, like years ago, I will like reiterate this till the cows come home. She was like, what do you do? So what is like your self-care routine or like your self-love? What do you do for self-love? And I was like, what? Like I actually had no idea what she was talking about. Like I didn't know what that meant. I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, what do you mean? Like, what do you do for self-care? How do you like cultivate self-love? And like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had to be taught what that meant, which was like, oh, we're supposed to take care of ourselves. Like, we're not just supposed to be like feeling good all the time. That takes effort. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And it's taken me probably a solid couple years to like really get into like a proper self-care, self-love routine. And those things I think also will prevent burnout, or when you're in it will help you get out of it quicker.
Absolutely they do.
Yeah.
Yep. Self-love is huge.
So something I'm extremely passionate about talking about because I've been in the thick of it for most of my life is dis-ease in the body, and you know how that can actually manifest into physical disease, physical symptoms. And yeah, like what does that mean? So I would love if you would share, because I think you're passionate about this as well.
I am. I love this topic. It's like one of my favorites. So we have 7 energy centers in our energy body, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're if we I just say, like, I'm sure everyone on here is very much aware of this, but I just look at the body like a light bulb, and then our soul illuminates out of the light bulb. So when we have a restriction in our energy center, which is actually linked to like a belief in our energy, when we have a restriction, it restricts the energy flow in the energy centers, and then it manifests as a symptom in our body. And the longer the restriction takes place, let's just say, for example, like, we're worried about something,
Okay.
and we can't get it off our mind, and it's all we think about. It literally consumes us.
Okay.
That's holding. When we're
Okay.
holding on to something, we're holding it in our energy.
Would that be
So that,
considered, like, would worry be considered fear? Like, is that where you're going with this? Or
yeah, it could be similar. I'm just trying to like make an example of like holding.
okay.
So I just chose like a thought,
Okay.
like we're worried about
Okay.
something. Something triggered you, it upset you, and now you can't get it off your mind, and it is literally consuming your body.
Okay.
So then you're going to start to feel it in your body. You're probably going to get a headache, because where are you holding the thought? In your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then you can notice your body and where the symptom is coming through, and it is a really good thing because it's communicating to us,
Mm-hmm.
okay, something's going on here. That's why symptoms are so good.
Yep.
But the longer it goes on, the louder it gets,
Yep.
and the sicker we get.
Yep.
So that's my
And so what would you suggest somebody does if they're on like a looping pattern of overthinking about something that's triggered them, and now they have a headache, or they're like, they have, their back is sore, or they have a stomach ache, or they just feel like shit.
Yeah.
How do you, because when you're in it, you're in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know how to get out of it as I'm getting into it, but it's harder once you're like full throttle in it.
Totally.
What are some tips you can offer to get out of it?
I mean, from an energetic standpoint, like, I think one of the best things we can do is address whatever it is head on if we're aware of it.
Okay.
Is this situation in my control? Like, is there something that I can actually do to change it? Would be the first thing. Like, is there a conversation I need to have with someone, that I need to address something so that we can like clear the air and maybe like, relieve the tension here? That would be the first thing. I would say for sure, if you know what it is, if we can, kind of get to the root of it and figure out the best way to go about it. But one of my favorite practices is to do like a let it go letter.
Okay.
They were angry at someone and there's nothing we can do about it. Well, we can take all that anger and emotion and pour it out into a letter and then burn the letter. It's just a really good physical act to release.
Yep.
And then breath work is really good.
Yep.
Shaking.
Yep.
Shaking the body. Grounding practice is really good to anchor energy in. Yeah, those are my.
But it's if you don't know, like, let's say you just know that you're not yourself, and that you're really stressed, and you just don't know how to, or what's wrong. If you don't know what's wrong.
I would book a session with an energy healer.
Yes.
I
would too.
I would 100% book a session and get help with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like I would suggest, you know, some tools on your own would be to meditate and
Yeah.
long enough. And I know if you're already not sure what's going on, the last thing you're probably going to want to do is meditate, because like that, I've been there and you're just like in resistance to everything. You're like, I don't want to do anything. Like I hate where I'm at and I don't want to do anything. But if you are experiencing dis-ease in your energy field, which is manifesting as dis-ease and or disease of the body,
Yeah.
I would, and you have no idea what's going on, I would literally meditate probably for 20 minutes a
At
day, to,
least. Yeah.
at least,
Yeah.
to
Or
slow everything down so you can then listen.
yeah.
Because you have to listen and pay attention actively to understand, oh, I'm feeling really pissed about something,
Yeah.
or I feel guilty, or I feel shame, and or like I regret something, or whatever the emotion is, like you said, this holding, it'll literally like stick onto our energy centers, like any of the seven, all of the seven, some of the seven, and if we have no idea where it's coming from, like you said, we can't just like let it go in a letter because we have no idea what we're letting go.
This is really good because this just made me think of something.
What?
If you can first label what it is you're feeling.
Yep.
One, is it sad? Is it angry? Is it worry? Is it fear? What is it?
Yes.
Where?
Name the emotion. Name the
Name
emotion.
emotion.
Yes.
Now, where? So if I say worry,
Okay.
where am I going to feel that in my body?
Ooh, I felt that right here.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I don't even think anything's wrong.
Where? I feel like I'm sweating profusely right now. I don't know why. This is a very good conversation. But yeah, I would name the emotion,
Okay.
and then ask yourself, lean into your intuition, your energy. Where is this coming through in my body?
Yes.
Right? Lower back, let's say. Okay, so that is most likely connected with the sacral chakra, which is your feeling center. Am I allowing this feeling to be felt?
So let's say if it is worry, and then in your sacral, let's see if it's sitting there. Okay, gotcha. I understand. That is
Right?
really, and I think naming it out loud
Yeah.
is really beautiful. Like hearing you name the emotion, like I don't know why it went to my throat,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna have to meditate on that tonight. I'm gonna figure it out.
Maybe you say something and get it off your chest that you're
Maybe.
worried about saying. I don't know.
And I mean, this is coming from somebody who is like an active self work person.
Yeah.
Daily, like it's like, so I can't imagine if you are not focusing on like having a self love, self work, self help practice, what it would feel like to not know your body, right? Like that would be really frightening. And I mean, I've been there for the years and years and years that I was on anti anxiety and antidepressants and drugs and alcohol, because I felt so much because of trauma that I didn't know, like I had no idea how to navigate it, and I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't think it was safe to cry. I would like make these weird sounds when I would cry. Like it was just like so stuck.
Yeah.
And that's a like for people who are listening, like that's a really good example of what it can feel like, is like you literally don't know how to express your emotions in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is emotions are supposed to come, be expressed, and go. Like they're not supposed to stay and fester, and then you goes into your mind, and now you're thinking about it. Now you're staying up all night thinking about it. Now it's bled into the next day. Like I understand, like when my mom passed, stuff definitely bled, but it probably would have stayed a lot longer if I didn't know how to handle emotions. Like I probably would still be grieving and dealing with that. So just letting emotions be present, and if you don't feel like comfortable with other people, that's okay. Like do it alone.
Yep.
Sit in a car, sit in your car, sit in your room if that's a safe space where you can be alone. And like, I like touched my body for him. Like, like, how does my heart feel? Like, what does it feel like here? I've hugged myself and I'm like, what does this feel like? Because for so long I was so disconnected. So like just doing this is like, it was weird.
Really getting to know your
Yeah.
body, getting to know you, right? Like, I feel like that's what a lot of this life
Yeah.
is learning about who we actually are.
Yeah.
And what is actually happening in my energy and in my body,
Mm-hmm.
and just becoming super hyper aware of that.
Yeah. And I think, a lot of the times we can be tired, like just tired.
Yeah.
And when I meditate, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, why am I pissed off? Has something happened? No, I'm just exhausted. Like, I just need
You're
to go to
like trying
bed.
to figure out the problem, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, actually, I'm just really tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, but quieting my mind gifts me the opportunity to let my mind attach to my body
Yeah.
and be tired.
Yeah.
Because when you're in burnout or you're super stressed out, I find personally that my mind disconnects from my body, and I'm just going on this like mental trip all day of like doing and thinking and trying to figure stuff out, or actively over mental processing or overthinking, and then it's like you're exhausted but you can't sleep because you're not even in your body. You're like floating
You're,
around up here somewhere.
yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
I will prescribe on my doctor's note, if this is you, 20 minutes of meditation
Yeah.
a day. And I know that sounds like a lot, but what's worse? Start with 5, do 10. Like having like a daily, or even like in walking in the forest with no phone, not thinking of like what you're going to do when you leave the forest or you leave the park or whatever. You've got to be like rooted in the present moment and get back in your body, and
Our,
then your body can communicate with you better.
it's so true. Our mind would run 24/7 if we didn't get a hold of it.
It does run
Yeah.
24/7. It really does. Like it doesn't. It's it's um it's meant to just keep you safe, right? So it's meant to work and keep you safe and work and keep you safe. And am I eating? And am I going to do this? And it's just like, it's constant. So we have to be the one to be like, no, no more.
That's cool. But
Yeah.
we're laying here watching TV, and you're thinking, not even thinking about the TV, right? Like, it can be way over here, completely zoned out on something, and you're not even aware that it's doing it.
Yeah.
Bring yourself.
Or the worst thing is, and I catch myself, I'm scrolling on my cell phone and I have the TV on and I'm like, whoa, like
I do that sometimes.
this is not like, where are you? I'm nowhere. I'm not in bed. I am in bed, but I'm not. I'm watching TV, but I'm not. I'm on my phone, but I'm not. Like, it is just, that is all just pulling at your energy, and it's draining you, and you're overstimulated, but you're numb because you're overstimulated. You don't even realize. And it's like, we have to slow down, consciously slow down, get in the body, let your body be tired,
Yeah.
and let your mind stop so that your body can rest. Because if we don't sleep, we're no good. Like, we're just no good.
Yeah, it's true.
So this wraps it up to the last topic of raising your vibration. I love this because I think it can help with all of these issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go first. What is your favorite tools to raise your vibration?
I think about something I love, and always it's my dog. Every time I get to bring her to my day job with me, and every time that like I go to the bathroom or I leave or go to the gym and I come back, she's sitting there like, "Hi!" like I'm waiting for you, like so excited, and her tail's going, and that's like burned into my mind in such a beautiful way. So I think about her, and I just, if you guys who are listening don't know what raising your vibration means, I'm going to describe it in a feeling. So raising your vibration to me means feeling heart-centered energy, and that to me feels like love.
Yeah.
And that will inherently raise your vibration from a lower if you will, negative frequency to a higher frequency, and love is a much higher frequency.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like, don't ask me what it is on the scale. I don't know. So there is a scale of the
It's up
frequency.
there.
Yeah, it's up there. So yeah, like love is such an easy way to just like get you out of the shit. Like just raise your vibration. It'll make you feel lighter. Um, Also, exercise is one of my go-tos.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, love it, love it, love it so much. Um, and then being out in nature and disconnecting. Like my phone cannot come with me. It
Yeah.
unless there could be like a potential of something that I need to tend to, but I try to schedule my time outside with that's not happening. So I get to be with my dog outside, and that to me is like a double whammy of health and happiness.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um, Pretty much what you said, I agree with everything because I feel the same way. Meditation, here we bring it up again, but I'm telling you, every time it gets me in that state of like, I just feel high. Like,
It's like a bliss
yeah,
feeling.
like
Yeah.
it just feels so good. So meditation, music.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
music for me, like I couldn't, I mean, I say I couldn't live without it. Like I listen to music and I sing every single day.
Okay.
One of my favorite things. Good music though. Like it has to be like good music. Uh,
Okay.
and nature for me, yeah. Like nature, I get the same feeling. It's like this like high of just like wow, it is so beautiful and wow, the air smells so good and just all of it.
Hmm.
Like it just instantly shifts my energy. So,
It's like a feel good energy. Like
oh,
I feel good. I'm in my vibe. I feel happy. Like that is the goal to having a that is the goal, I think, of every day, to like have to feel good, right? And those are some tools to raise your vibration. And the point of us sharing this is when you're in an elevated state with your vibration and you feel good and you're happy, it's easier to navigate stress. It's easier to also like not even accept stress
yeah,
as a state of being. Like you're just like, no, no, I'm like happy over here. I'm good. And I'm going to continue feeling good. So you're like the stress, you're resilient. You're more resilient to it.
you are. And you have a good day.
Yeah.
Like you're,
Like not every day you're going to have a good day, but
yeah.
how to ensure it's going to be better is keep your vibration at an elevated state.
Well, and also like there's like moments,
Yep.
because like, is it realistic that we are going to feel good from the time we wake up till the time we go to bed? Most often, no.
Yes.
But there are moments in the day where we can find that little piece of heaven and be like, okay, like this is really good right now.
Yep.
This is
And I think those moments compound on each other, right? Like it's like,
yeah.
oh, I feel really good here. And then like for example, for me, like this morning I meditated at 5 a.m. Like, okay, I'm going to work. It's not gonna be, I'm not like, yay, this is great. It is what it is, but then I get to look forward to going to the gym at
Yeah.
lunch. And like that's another moment of, oh, this is gonna feel really good. So, and then having my dog with me, it's like those three things in my day have really helped me come to this live with like a positive mindset or a raised vibration. And I really like I look forward. It'll help you look forward to your day tomorrow
Yeah.
if you can have these moments that you remember because they'll stick out to you. You'll be like, oh, this was really good, instead of attaching a negative thought to a negative moment. You'll be like, oh, I had a good moment. I felt really good doing that, and it'll help shift your daily perspective.
One of my
So
favorite things to do right before I fall asleep is remember the best moment of
I
today. What
love
was
that.
the best moment that I had today? And like just like sit there with it.
And that also, like, that will open your heart up, and that will give you those like feel good feelings. If you're not into energy and you like don't understand that, you just like give me a concrete answer. That is, I feel good right now,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how do you feel? That's a really good. That is like your indicator system, like what engine lights are on. How am I feeling right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to cut this a little bit short tonight, but I could talk about this for the rest of the evening. Like, I could go on for hours, but
Love this.
this has been so lovely, and I'm so excited to hear from our winner. And
Yeah.
we're going to set up a session for the both of us. That's awesome. I can't wait to help in any way, shape, or form. It's going to be
I'm
great.
really looking forward to it too.
Alrighty, well, thanks everyone for joining tonight, and we
Yeah.
will see you again.
Love you.